If only I hadn't been caught. It is indeed the Yulmoran army. We may soon have to contend with Ranjit again, which may prove problematic, even for you. A visit to the Numao. Oriange is eager to press on with the hunt for the Fey relics. With our enemies fast approaching, time is of the essence. We must needs accomplish our mission with all possible haste. Of the two remaining bearers of the relics, the Numao are the nearer. We shall seek them out next. Among the Fey folk, they bear the distinction of having abided in these lands since before the flood. They are also the friendliest to men, and have served me faithfully whensoever I have called upon them. Indeed, they are the source of much of the knowledge I have acquired in my time here. The path leadeth past my dwellings. Let us away. Seto is Ardbert's Amaro, right? Yeah, I was just thinking, I like the Numao, but I think just because of Seto and the story they're in, I like the Amaro just a hair more. Past yonder cliff lieth Pliny, home of the Numao. The others have gone ahead to scout the way. Come, let us follow. Yeah, I mean, so I look forward to everything coming up with Shadowbringers, but I almost don't look forward to that cutscene with Seto later. I think that's like patch content, isn't it? When like the Ardbert Seto reunion. That one's just a tearjerker. If the path striketh thee as precipitous, 'tis because it was once a mountain trail. For where the lake now lieth, there was a valley, in whose midst thrived the city of Verbert. 'Twas only when the Fuath came in the wake of the flood that the settlement was drowned. We stand now upon its former outskirts, grazing lands where shepherds once tended their flocks. Though we cannot help but feel a pang of loss when faced with such a spectacle, one can scarcely blame the Fey folk for so altering the land. The blame for that lieth rightly with the Light, a force terrible enough to bring an entire civilization to its knees, an entire world. That it should have been allowed to rise up unchecked is the greater regret. Yet, in spite of all the tragedy which surroundeth me, full glad am I for the chance to be here. 'Twas these hands which brought together the warriors of darkness in Minfilia, lest thou forget. Which I'm sure I did forget the first time through. Therefore, even were there no eighth umbral calamity to forestall, it seemeth only right that I strive to deliver the first from its doom. Only right, I say, though such words ill convey the strength of my resolve. In truth, I can no more ignore the plight of this world than I can choose to stop breathing, and thus do I labor. for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. Man, I forgot just hearing this now kind of shows how much of almost story of almost all Shadowbringer's story is Urianger J's story. The coming struggle promiseth to test us to our limits, but so long as we stand together, I doubt not but that we shall prevail. Aha, mortals, just as we thought. Oh, boisterous pixie. God. Now what? Hast thou business with us? Business? Ha! Nothing so boring. We smelled you coming and thought we'd come to play. They do not appear to be pixies of Leolaron. Mine apologies, but we are in some haste. Mayhap another day? Oh, in some haste, are you? Then allow me to hasten you on your way. Tee-hee-hee. Now where do we pop up? Sent us back, they did. Teleportation magic. For a mercy, we were not sent far from our course. But they're still between us and where we need to go. Should the pixies find us again, however, they will most assuredly repeat the trick. We have not the time to waste. Let us avail ourselves of an enchantment I have learned. Fey Cloak, 'tis called. A most ingenious magic which rendereth one invisible to Fey folk, albeit briefly. I shall cast the enchantment upon thee. Under its aegis, thou art to make thy way past the pixies and rejoin our comrades. Know, however, that the enchantment shall suffice to veil thee and thee alone. Be not tempted to employ a mount, as it will only serve to give thy presence away. Oh, okay, so I have it now. I can run, though. So there's that. Come out wherever you are. And then I take it, I could still aggro them. What should we do when we find them? We send them flying. Tee-hee. Any moment now. Keep waiting. Okay, that was the distance. I thought that was just a... it would just re-up the buff. We lost sight of you. Is everything all right? I assumed you were right behind us. What took you so long? I see, yes. I'd say that's a valid excuse for lateness. You are hereby forgiven. In other good news, the Numau village lies just through here. We'll enter as soon as Urianger deigns to join us. Smurf village. Mortals! Mortals are here! Lots of them! I thought you said the Namal were men's best friends. The poor thing was beside itself with fear. 'Twas beside itself, perhaps, but not with fear. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable, I tell you, to have so many mortals appear at once. It's more excitement than we can bear. Greetings, Elder Widonk Tierney. It hath been a while. Pray forgive my brevity, but time is against us. We are come to borrow the stone scepter of the Namal. The stone scepter? Then you mean to lift the seal over Liagia? That is unacceptable. Unacceptable, I tell you. If the king is set free, none here will be safe. Unlike our Fey cousins, we Namal have called this land our home since time immemorial. Leaving is unthinkable. Thus did full many of us lay down our lives to seal away our king when they were corrupted by light. If we do as you ask, our sacrifice would have been in vain. What will you say? Don't worry, we'll defeat Titania. No one will come to harm. Just hand over the goddamn staff. I'll go with the first one. Because I don't know that no one will come to harm. And at the very least, we know that Yulmorans come to harm. But then you'll only become another Light Warden. It changes nothing. Honored Elder, pray believe me when I say that this woman is possessed not only of the strength required to vanquish the king, but of something still more valuable, a means to resist the resultant corruption. Indeed, she hath already laid low the Light Warden of Lakeland, all without succumbing to the influence of its light. She is yet a stranger to this land, 'tis true, but she harboureth the self-same desire to see the sin-eaters eliminated as we do. Wilt thou not lend us thy hand, that we might see thy beloved home restored to its former glory? You have always done right by us, Urianger. If you have placed your faith in this woman, then so shall we. As you say, we want nothing more than to be rid of the sin-eaters. Be that as it may, this is not a decision to be made lightly. We require time to deliberate. A turn of the moon, perhaps. We don't have a turn of the moon, unless we want to debate this with the Yulmoran army. Elder, given all that is at stake, I cannot well expect thee simply to roll over and acquiesce to our request. But even now a powerful foe draweth near, and I fear I must beseech thee to hasten thy deliberations, that thou mightest fetch us the scepter while there is yet time to use it. Roll over? Fetch? You know full well that naught gives us greater pleasure than to render aid to men. You know full well, yet you speak the words of power regardless? It's unfair. Unfair, I tell you. I forgot about this. In happier times, it was our honor to assist mortals in need and receive rewards befitting our deeds. Since the kingdom of Verbert fell, however, we've been starved of man's patronage. After so many years of deprivation, it is difficult to ignore such an earnest entreaty. Very well, Urianger. I promise to give you as swift an answer as I may. In return, I ask that you and yours remain here the while, and bestow upon us your patronage. Is this arrangement agreeable? Maybe not so much agreeable, but expected. A fitting payment. Weed Ankh sniffs at you expectantly. You will offer your patronage to our people too, yes? Let's see. Perhaps you can begin with Marn Ose. They are one of our foremost artisans, once held in the highest esteem by the Knights of Verbert. With the Knights gone, however, Marn Ose has had no opportunity to put their skills to use. They would be overjoyed for your patronage. Though the Numau may appear placid and amicable, be fairly warned that they live by uncompromising codes. Code such as that which saith the payment must precisely befit the service, be it an item or a task. Have care thou givest neither more nor less than what is requested. Well enough to be served. The question is whether we can provide a fitting reward. Where is Miniphilia is over here. What do I need help with? Oh, so we're actually asking them for help? That does sound familiar. And it makes sense given their pension. 1,182, 1,183, 1,184. Wait, did I already count that leaf? Oh, who, what, where? Wait, you're a mortal? Huzzah, huzzah! Well met. Yes, very well met indeed. Have you old and tired arms and armor that are threatening to fall apart at critical junctures in battle? If you answered yes, you've come to the right Namu. Or Numau. Namu, Numau? I will restore your equipment to pristine condition for a payment of a pair of moss fungus legs. Moss fungi roam just outside the cave. Please, please, please give their legs and your patronage to me. Fair enough. Yeah, I had forgotten that they were dog-like. Because I think the only one I've dealt with in a while is the Becklug, I think, is their name. And they don't really play at being dog-like at all, that I can recall. Ah, you are returned, and with the moss fungus legs, I hope. They are tools of my trade, lest you wonder, used to polish metal and leather alike to a lustrous sheen. Now that I have work again, I must replenish my stores. How many fungus legs will you give? Well, 2 is how many I got. Huzzah! 2 moss fungus legs as befits the work. Ah, to have neither more nor less expected of us than what we can provide. There is no greater joy. You see, for there to be honor in a task, we must receive precisely what it is worth. Too little means you belittle our ability. Too much means you question our integrity. You've given me fitting payment, so my services are at your disposal. I shall begin by inspecting your equipment. Well, seeing as I keep that repaired myself, it should be alright. Though I don't know after Don Meg. I see. Though I must ask for a small fee for the materials, I'm pleased to say that all your arms and armor may be restored. If you mean to change them in the near future, however, there's no need to hurry. My first repair is complimentary. Here's the coin which you may pay me with when you desire to have work done. Many thanks for your patronage. Open for business. Oh, and if you mean to offer your patronage to another, may I suggest Yiskiev yonder? Judging from your equipment, 'tis plain you're no stranger to battle. I believe Yiskiev will have something to offer you. Thank you for watching this video. Tonight's stream was a lot of fun. We started and finished Ilmeg. The dungeon was fun. Feul is always fun. Always a good time. Next up, we will be heading into Raktika, which is amazing because we'll now finally have Emmett with us. We'll be seeing Yashola again. We'll be going to the Bunny Girl Village. Really good dungeon there too. Just a lot of good stuff. So I'm really, really looking forward to it. So if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to see me live, the link to my Twitch is in the description down below. Thank you again for watching. Have a good one.